Hey, I'm Tommy Sims. I'm one of the co-directors, and actor, and the animator of Fuzzy Surf's Sucky.
I'm Joe Ludwig. I'm the co-director with Tommy. We both wear multiple hats, so sometimes it's hard to remember what we do.
Yeah, it's a collaborative process all along the way. And then as far as synopsis, Sucky ultimately boils down to we're following the story of like three average Joes who chance their luck at winning the lottery, and what could go wrong with
A lot with your movie.
that?
So I know you guys work with the band Fuzzy Surf quite a bit. Why don't you explain the process of how you make their videos? Do you pitch them ideas or do they pitch you ideas? What's the collaboration there?
It's always been a combination of things, but the singer Sean, he has a notebook full of ideas that he'll occasionally, spring on us. Tommy and I might be thinking, "Oh, this song would be great for a video," but then Sean comes out of left field and says, "Oh, actually, this song Sucky is something I want to do a video for."
So like the idea for Sucky was originally pitched around the time either as we were discussing it or as we started shooting Sheepshed. So that kind of tells you how long it's been on the drawing board. And yeah, since Sheepshed was a little bit more complicated, Sean just wanted to do a quick little one take where I think the original story was he'd be sitting in a chair and people would walk in front of him and beat him up. As the song progressed, he'd just get more and more bruised.
In a police interrogation room.
Yeah, yeah.
Sean, from the very beginning of this, newer version of this video, he wanted it to end with a kaiju, which is a giant monster like Godzilla, which Tommy ended up making, as you see here.
And like the only parameters that we had for the kaiju was like Sean wanted something that was just like unbelievable yet absurd at the same time. Like the day just sucked, and like of course this happens. And like the only thing that he told me when designing the kaiju was he just thought something cute and unexpected like Grimace from McDonald's, which is probably why he still ended up being purple. Just started doodling some quick ideas of something different. We thought forearms to represent like the four members of the band. And like with the tentacles, something different than you'd see like in Godzilla, where the tentacles would maybe act as like propellers and maybe it could fly. But it still, I don't know, it's kind of stayed true to the original designs. I wanted to try and make the monster make sense. Like, why does it have feet? Why does it have tentacles? So we make it somewhat amphibious, and the head can spin all the way around. I can actually demonstrate here. This, as usual with the stop motions, we shoot at 24 frames a second and posing it frame by frame. He's made out of a wire skeleton, fully posable.
But those are other props from the video?
Yeah. So for example, with the stop motion behind Joe here, I've got just a simple armature setup, which held the dinosaur from the Milwaukee Public Museum. So what we did, choosing locations, we actually went out around town and just shot a bunch of stuff because we didn't know exactly which ones we wanted to feature. So after just shooting a bunch of B-roll, I just thought of all these like different scenarios. What could the kaiju do to this building? What could it do to that building? And I thought with the museum, it would make sense that it would, for one, rip the roof off because the current museum is known for having the famously leaky roof, which is why they're moving to a new location. So it peels back the roof and it rips out the T-Rex from their Hell Creek diorama because it needs to establish dominance. So it takes out Milwaukee's current top predator and eats it. So the thought was like, okay, how do we do this? Do we go in there and do we take a bunch of pictures of the T-Rex and have it just cut that out and lay it on top of the footage of the kaiju and move it around? But I actually went with building a full three-dimensional sculpture of the T-Rex out of polymer clay. And there's actually a whole
that too. You sculpted
What's that?
You sculpted that?
I did, yeah. Yeah. Let me get there you go. Yeah, I have a little hole on the bottom here that I can attach it to. So then for that shot, I animated the kaiju against the green screen, and then I animated the T-Rex separately, and again, frame by frame, I just moved it. And then we pieced all that footage together to make it look like it's throwing the T-Rex up in there and eating it. And yeah, other props, we have the, excuse me, the tanker truck that it smashes at the end. With that one, my intention was to just smash it with a hammer and film it to get the like natural crunch of it. But it didn't break. I hit it and the tanker truck went flying. After that didn't work out, I actually took the tanker truck and with some pliers cut it open, and I had to, again, frame by frame, like move it as the kaiju's foot came to crush it. And playing that back at regular speed, it looks like it smashed naturally. And down here we have the yellow car that the monster kicks out of the parking lot, the Brewer Stadium. Just a little old Hot Wheel wired up on a wire. But yeah, the hazmat mask, and then the radioactive design that Anne Volrath made. She did a lot of props for the film as well as graphic design. She also made the Lucky Streak ticket for us that's featured throughout.
Nice.
Which we wanted to call Lucky Streak because of the ability to change it to Sucky Streak by the end of it.
Yeah. With the history of film and special effects and everything, kaijus were like some of the first stop motion animation in the history of film, like King Kong, Willis O'Brien, and all that. And then you go to Ray Harryhausen. So you guys finally did your kaiju film.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So we scribbled out a storyboard, but ultimately to figure out how to make this work, Joe and I went through and acted out a Videomatic, where each of us play all of the characters, and like we're wearing like yellow for Sean, red for Corey, green for Mike. And then when we get to the kaiju, it came down to just like make it look epic. And I think even in the storyboard, let's see if I can find it here in my like film Bible that I usually have for every one of our films. There we go. If you can see it here, we have all the details throughout the film, and then this single frame, I just have written Kaiju Chaos.
Yeah.
Just because it's like we can do whatever. Let's go around town, shoot the locations, and then for the Videomatic, what I did, I think I ended up taking clips of the original ending for the musical version of Little Shop of Horrors, when Audrey 2 eats Seymour and then regenerates and goes on a rampage and destroys the city. And I just recut that up just to get a feel for what we could do. Because I didn't want to like take the Godzilla footage and like do an ode to like this movie and that movie and that movie. I just wanted like just general chaos. So then after that, what we did was just take the footage of the city and just break it up and put it on the timeline, just to see like what buildings would look decent cut next to the next one. And then we inserted the kaiju and it just ran amok.
I enjoyed the film. It's quite fun.
Thank you.
What's next for you guys?
Well, after this, we shot another video for Fuzzy Surf, Never Fell in Love. It was filmed at Dandy, and with that one, it's a murder mystery. So we filmed the narrative for that one, but in addition to that, there's, I guess you could say, a second music video, which is the performance of it.
Yeah, just the band performing in the same space in tuxedos. But the murder mystery we filmed all in one night, and we're happy with it. And it's a different vibe and a different lineup in the band too. So
yeah, Joe's Fuzzy Surf's official bass player now.
Oh, okay.
He's doing double duty.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Is there anything we didn't cover you want to touch upon?
We should give a shout out to everybody who helped us out with this film. Like our cast they were fantastic, and we really put them through the ringer, and they were troopers the entire way. Like for example, John Henry, poor guy. He was the suitor that shows up during Mike's pizza sequence, and he gets the pocket pepper to his face, and then the cheese blown in his head. And
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was a trooper for that.
yeah, I think we did 2 takes of the red pepper, and we ended up going with the second one. Yeah, he was feeling the sting a little bit afterwards.
Well, thank you again for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for having us, and thanks for featuring us in the festival.